So this month I plan on reaching and meeting every single one of my goals. And here are also some goals that I think you guys should consider setting as well for yourself to help you to be able to have a successful month. Obviously, with me, when it comes to goal setting, honestly, I'm a type of person that I set goals. I set goals, but the thing with me is I never follow up with my goals. Or I set goals. I always set goals. I have goals during the start of the month that I set. So those are the goals that I start off with, and I'm always like consistent during this first couple of weeks. Like the first 2 weeks, trust me, I'm on the case. I'm doing all of my goals, making sure I'm meeting every one of my goals, writing in my journal, writing in my diary, eating healthy, walking, sleeping, doing my skincare, doing my hair care, whatever goal I've set for myself, I do that during the first two weeks, and then I fall off, and then I start falling off after like the third week, or after like even towards like the end of the second week. That's when I start falling off. And this month, I don't want it to be the same. This month, I want to obviously be able to reach my goals and to be able to exceed it. So my goals that I've set, I think my goals are they're basically the same thing. I will put them up there, but my goals are the same thing I put for last year, meeting my goals. I mean, I have some of them on my Canva. Let me get them up. I have them on my Canva. Normally what I do is when I'm setting my goals, I have a Canvas sheet. I list my goals out. So what I think is best when it's setting goals is you should list your goals out, and also if you're like someone who likes images, have a vision board, because that's what helps me as well. Because for me right now, I can see the thing with me is when I have my vision board, I make sure my vision board is my screensaver on my laptop. When I open my laptop, I see all of the things that I want to manifest in my life. And make sure it's everywhere, to the point where I'm like, you need to make sure that you see all the times that you remind yourself of what you actually want to do. So I'll do the design of my vision board. I'll show you guys the design, and I also put it up here as well. So this is my 2024 goals. I don't know if you guys can see. So you can see it's like images of my goals. And with this, when it comes to designing a mood board, the best thing I feel like you guys should include is obviously include pictures, but also include like words that remind you of what you want to gain, what goals you want to reach. So the words that I put on my own vision board obviously is daily reminder, smile, drink your water, work out, remember why you started, and spread love and positivity. Another one is you are the most important project you will ever work on. The cost of procrastination is the life you should live, you could have lived. And so with that, I have like my images. So I have images of eating healthy, going to the library. That's one thing. That's one goal I want to do. So I'm going to make I'm planning on doing like 60 or even like a 30. I'll do 30 part to start off with of how I'm going to get to each one of my goals and meet each one of my goals that I'm planning to meet this month. So when it comes to one of my goals, which was waking up early, trust me, that's one of my goals I need to implement. I need to implement waking up early and sleeping early, because I never ever sleep on time. I hardly ever sleep on time. That's one goal I need to implement, which is waking up early. Like at least like waking up around, because I'm not really going to uni at the moment, at least waking up around like 8 o'clock. That's okay. Another thing I want to start doing is reading as well. Like reading, not just reading like books for because I'm reading to study, but read more books to expand my knowledge. Like I like when it comes to books, I like fantasy books, fantasy or adventure books like that. So I feel like if I have like a week where every week I have one book that I dedicate that week to reading as well. That's another way of achieving your goals as well. You could have like a challenge. You could have create like a challenge. Say you're reading. You challenge yourself that this month, every week, you're going to read one fantasy slash adventure book, or one fantasy slash horror book, just any type of genre you want to read as well. And another thing is solo date. I feel like with me, I need to do more solo date and more self-care, because the thing with me is that the thing about just living and anything like that is, I feel like I haven't really been treating myself well. Like, I haven't really been going on solo dates, or journaling, like just things that will make my life, like, better, that will help me. I haven't really been doing that as well. So that's one thing I want to do. More solo dates, even if it's just like going to Costa, sitting, eating, and maybe just scrolling through my phone. Or I won't say scrolling through my phone. That's one habit I want to get rid of, scrolling through my phone, because I feel like I find myself scrolling on my phone for too long, especially on TikTok. That's one thing. I want to limit my TikTok time. I want to make sure I have like a hobby as well. So my goals for this month is obviously consistency in posting on TikTok and YouTube. The second goal is to go on solo dates with myself. That's something that I put the beginning of this year, which I haven't done yet. But hopefully this month we'll try and at least get it. At least, no, maybe not like every week, but every other week, go on one solo date. Treat myself to something nice. Like, have at least a day when you buy yourself a cake, or you go get your nails done. Just do everything do everything to make yourself better, feel better about yourself, because in the near future, because if you start dating yourself, going on solo dates, like maybe you go to pottery classes by yourself, go to cafes by yourself, have picnics by yourself, join a hobby, join a club, just all of these things like that. Trust me. And I also see like I really want to join a running club, or just a running club, or just any club in general, because I feel like I don't really have people outside of uni as community. So I want to have like a community outside of uni, and not just like, because I love my uni friends, but I also want to expand as well, so I have more people I'm meeting, more people I'm talking to. I want to put myself out there, because I am a very, very, very shy person. Trust me. When it comes to talking to people as well, that's another goal that I've put as well. Meet as many people, read, solo date. Those are my goals that's my month, that's my this month to go that I've put as well. And so yeah, that's my goal. So I would say, like, any goals that you guys have that you'd like to achieve this month, do put on the comments as well, because it's also good. It's also nice to see that we're all in this together, all trying to achieve our goals. We're all trying to be a better person, better self than we are this month, obviously. I hope that by the end of this month, even if say I don't achieve everything to the standard of which I achieve it, at least I've done my goals, and I know that, okay, even if I haven't met them fully, the next month we can see how we can meet it. So for the coming 30, I'm planning for 30 days, or even not even 30 days, for 60 days. I'm going to make a playlist of the different steps or the different actions I'm going to take in order to meet each and every one of my goals, because I do want to I do I do want to feel happy and feel better about myself. But I feel like if I'm not consistent, I keep saying consistent, but trust me, you can plan, or I can sit here and plan all the goals and say, I want to do this, I want to do that, I'm going to make a calendar. But if I'm not consistent with it, if I'm not each day as well, I think the one thing that my mom has always told me that is like, whenever you're doing this, you need to be not only consistent, but you need to be intentional about the goals that you're setting as well. Because the thing is, I can plan all I can say, oh, I want to do this, I want to do that, I want to make sure I'm reading every day, I want to make sure I'm sleeping early, I want to make sure I'm not scrolling on TikTok, I want to make sure I'm going on solo dates, I want to make sure my finance is paid, I want to make sure I'm filming, I want to make sure I'm running, I want to make sure my hair care is well, my skin care is well. But if I'm not intentional, if I'm not putting myself in a position where I can, carry out those goals, carry out what I want to do, then there's no point. I will just be setting the goals for no reason, I'll just be setting the goals and never really achieving it. So that's one thing I want to do for this month.